Why? Because that is a dangerous trap that once you get stuck in that trap, it is very hard to pull yourself out, because these websites, these are multi-billion-dollar corporations that have a lot of people with PhDs who are way smarter than you, way smarter than me, who sit there all day, every day, trying to figure out how to keep you on the site for as long as possible. What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to tell you how to supercharge your quarantine morning routine with these 8 habits. Now, if you're like most people and you have found yourself being a useless pile of uselessness during quarantine, I highly recommend you watch this entire video, watch all the way to the end, because at the end, nothing really important is going to happen at the end. I just want you to watch all of the video and like the video and comment on the video, and I will give you prompts throughout this video in and of itself and tell you exactly what to comment on. Super interesting. I'm giving away my whole content strategy here, but let's get into it. The list: how to supercharge your quarantine morning routine. Habit number 1, make a to-do list. I can tell you right now that if I ask people the simple question, do you make a to-do list every single day? Guaranteed 100%, the people who are productive will be making a to-do list, and the people who are not productive will not make a to-do list. This one simple trick, actually one simple trick, not clickbait, this one simple trick that will take you literally 5 minutes of your day, and is not even really that hard on like the hardness thinking scale, will actually make you much more productive, even if you don't do anything or everything on the list, right? Like at the beginning of the day, and I highly recommend you do this in the morning when you have your coffee. If you drink coffee, I do. When I have my coffee in the morning, I sit down at my computer and I just like freestyle and write all of the things that I need to do today. Just make a list, just blurt them out. Don't have to do all of them, but just get as many on there as you can, and I promise you, you will notice a difference. Now, if you already make a to-do list, go ahead, like this video, click the like button right now because you're cool. Okay, habit number 2, clean your domicile or apartment or house or van. I don't know, you live in a van maybe. Clean your living space, okay? Now, take it from me, somebody who is not a clean person, and can you see in the background how messy my apartment is right now? No, you can't. It's not that bad currently because I clean it every day. However, I know that there are some people out there, self included at one time, where I would not clean my apartment at all. Like weeks would go by, and the only time I would clean my apartment was when I would be having a guest come over, and I didn't want them to be like grossed out by the amount of stuff that I had in my apartment, so I would clean it up for them to come over. However, I promise you, when you start cleaning your apartment or your house or whatever, when you start cleaning the rooms that are contained within the building that you personally have access to, you will notice that your mind space is just much more clear. I remember one time I was getting a massage in Israel, and I went into the massage room. It was this old Russian guy. He would give me like a discount on massages because I was in the army when I would go. Anyway, I went there and I just took off the top part of my uniform, just like threw it on the floor. And he walks in, he's like, "Why'd you throw that on the floor?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Listen, what's on the outside will also be on the inside." Meaning that like, if the outside is clean, if your external environment is clean, then your internal environment will also be clean. And it's these little things that you'll notice will add up to make it will overall affect your day, all these little things. Number 3, keep a journal. This is something that I started doing again recently, I would say in the past 2 weeks or so. This is an excellent way for you to get all of your thoughts onto paper in a way that you might not be able to express yourself to another human being, right? I hope you're not expressing yourself the same way that you would in a journal to another human being. Nobody really wants to hear that, you know what I mean? Pro tip for all of you emotional like leeches out there, no offense, but nobody wants to hear about all of your like inner drama. If you're really suffering and you're stuck and you're alone and you desperately need help, okay, fine. But if it's just like your daily complaining habit, like, oh, I stubbed my toe today, and like my boyfriend is being a jerk, like nobody wants to be around somebody who complains all the time. However, When you write in a journal, you can complain as much as you want. You can say things that you would never in a million years say to another person. You can say things that if it became public that you said these things would completely ruin your reputation and ostracize you in your community. You can just spill out your darkest desires onto the journal if you want. Now, once you do all that, what you'll notice is that you'll start to like talk to yourself in a more real way. You'll be like, yeah, I need to do this, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I need to do that, I'm not doing it. All right, so I guess that means that what I should do is this, this, and this. And eventually what'll happen is you'll have a light bulb moment and you'll be like, oh, well, I guess I'll just do this right now, because it'll become so uncomfortable for you that you've actually faced what you're not doing head on, that you'll be like, all right, like forget this journal stuff. I'm actually gonna get up and get some work done. So highly recommend that you guys do this. I personally use a computer, like a word processor, because I type very fast, and for me to do it by hand, it would just be inefficient. But some people prefer doing it on paper. I've done it on paper in the past before as well. It's cool, but like, I don't know, I just prefer the computer. Do you keep a journal? I want to know right now. If you keep a journal, let me know. Leave me a comment. Do you keep a written journal or do you keep a typing journal? Have you journaled in the past? Has it been effective for you? If you have, let me know. Leave me a comment. Number 4, drink coffee. If you drink coffee, right, all things being equal. Now, coffee is a stimulant. It'll help you get more work done, right? Straight up. If you take 2 identical people and you task them with something, one of them drinks coffee, the other one doesn't, the one who drinks coffee will do the task more efficiently. Straight up, like bottom line. Some people say that that's not true, that eventually you get addicted to coffee and you can't work without it. I don't know about that. I always think that I perform better with coffee. This is just my personal opinion. Maybe you drink coffee, maybe you don't. In fact, I would actually like to know, what do you think about coffee? Do you think it's good or bad? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Give me your opinion. However, I think coffee is great, and I cannot start my day without my morning cup of coffee, to the point where if I do not have coffee in my kitchen with some sort of creamer that I like to drink, I will literally leave my house before doing anything and go somewhere to get coffee and a creamer that I like, because I do not want to start my day without that first cup of coffee. So I guess maybe that's addiction. I don't know. But I'm cool with that. Do you know why? Because it helps me get all of the stuff done that I need to get done. And if I need to be addicted to something that costs $5 in the store for like a 2-month supply and is not really that bad for you and has all these other benefits, I'm totally cool with that. Number 5, take your supplements and nootropics. Now, I am a firm believer in supplements, and for all of those people out there who are saying, oh, you can just get whatever you want from food. No, you can't. You're wrong. Sorry. Like buzzer sound, wrong. 100%. You cannot. Okay, you cannot get certain herbs that are found, in nature, certain plant extracts, certain refined chemicals, I guess, that are refined from like massive amounts of these extracts. You cannot get those from food. For example, to get the amount of creatine that you would need to get in a little 5-gram scoop, you would need to eat pounds upon pounds upon pounds of red meat, far beyond what you're capable of. Same thing for zinc supplements, for calcium supplements, all these supplements, and let alone nootropics, which are like straight up drugs that are made in a lab. However, if you do the research and you take the right ones, then you can minimize, if not completely eliminate the risk. I will go over what supplements and nootropics I like in another video. Probably will be out by now. I've got a ton of them on my channel. What am I talking about? Search my channel for supplements and nootropics. You'll find at least 10 videos on the topic. Do you take any supplements or nootropics? If you do, and you have not seen a video with me mentioning them and you want me to make a video on them, leave me a comment right now and tell me what supplements or nootropics you want me to talk about, you want to expose me to, or you want me to elaborate on. Number, what is this now? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, start working right away in the morning on something. I honestly do not understand these people who are like, they're like, oh, I'm a night person. I get all my best work done at night. How do you get your best work done at night? Unless you're waking up at night. Like, this is just me. Maybe you disagree. I don't really know. In fact, are you a morning person or a night person? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'm curious. Actually, yeah, night people, I generally am curious. How is it that you wake up and you start your day and you do not spend the most energetic hours of your day working on the most important things that you have to get done that day? And somehow you wait until nighttime when it's dark outside. And like, I guess you could say that there's nothing going on and there's nobody there to bother you. But like, do you see the sun? Do you not like the sun in your face? Does it not give you energy and make you happy to be alive? I don't know. Anyway, the point is this, is that start your work as soon as you wake up. right? As soon as you wake up. Me personally, all right, fine. When I wake up in the morning, I have my coffee, I check all my little like social media things, see like if I got any comments, whatever. I still consider that work because it's me checking something that's sort of business related, kind of. But after I do my little like 30-minute wake up thing, I jump right into it. I start journaling, start making videos, I start like working on whatever it is that I need to work on that day because I am the most fresh. And what I specifically will not do during this time is check social media. I guess I kind of do check social media because I guess I put a lot of content out on social media, but I will check the responses to the content that I create, not mindlessly browse whatever feed my Instagram or Facebook or, I won't like randomly watch videos on YouTube. Why? Because that is a dangerous trap that once you get stuck in that trap, it is very hard to pull yourself out because these websites, these are multi-billion-dollar corporations that have a lot of people with PhDs who are way smarter than you, way smarter than me, who sit there all day, every day, trying to figure out how to keep you on the site for as long as possible. You're not smarter than them. You're not going to beat them. So just stay away from them and work on what you have to do. Number 7, stop watching the news. If you watch the news in your morning routine, you are, I don't want to say you're bad or wrong or dumb or anything like that, but I kind of, you're making a choice that is hindering you if your main priority is to be productive. Right? The news is very similar to social media in that they're multi-billion-dollar corporations that specifically study how to keep your attention for as long as possible. Now, the news has figured out that the way to do this is to be as negative as possible while still kind of making it seem like they're impartial. So what they do is they'll find a story and they'll selectively report on the most negative aspects of it in a way that kind of absolves them from seeming responsible for reporting on it in this way. If you actually watch the news and you watch it in the morning, or you like listen to the radio news or something like that, you are missing a massive opportunity to start getting work done. Now, I know there's people out there, I can think of one off the top of my head, listens to the news in the morning, listens to the news all day at work. This guy's crushing it super hard and, is like way more productive than anybody that I know, of course. But these are the exceptions, okay? For your, average people who are out there just like passively like absorbing the news with glassy eyes, it is not good for you. You're not going to have a good time. Do not do it. But that said, do you watch the news? Let me know. What is wrong with you? Why do you watch the news? I actually want to generally know. Why do you watch the news? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Finally, stop browsing social media. I guess we kind of went over this one back in the day, 5 minutes ago, where I said don't start working right away and don't watch social media. But this is, I guess, more in general for supercharging your quarantine morning routine. Do not browse social media, okay? When you go on social media, you should mentally prepare yourself. This sounds ridiculous, but mentally prepare yourself for what you are going to do on social media. This is similar for making a list before you go to the grocery store. If you go to the grocery store and you're just like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and just buy whatever I want, you're going to be there for a longer time. You're going to make worse choices. The choices that you do make are not going to align with whatever umbrella goal you have for yourself in terms of nutrition. And it's just going to be worse pretty much in every single way overall. Period. Done. End of story. However, if you make a list before going to the grocery store, then you're going to buy exactly what you want. You're going to spend less money, and all of the choices will have been made logically, not emotionally, when you are being exposed to, the food in this case, or the stimulus. So how does that relate to not browsing social media? Well, if you just go on social media and you're like, I'm just going to browse. I'm just going to go on Instagram. What's going on Instagram? And you swipe. Before you know it, 20 minutes have gone by. Your brain is fatigued from getting hit with all these stimuli like over a repeated period of time. Same with Facebook, same with YouTube. Don't do it. Start doing work beforehand. Cool. Those were my 9 tips. No, those were 8 tips. Those were my 8 tips on how to supercharge your quarantine morning routine. Was that helpful to you? Click that like button, like the video, click the heart, do it wherever it is, down there, I think. Click that like button. Tell me, do you have any other quarantine tips that you do that I have not gone over here? Do you have any other questions for how to be productive that you for some reason want to ask me? I totally respect that. Thank you. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.